Let's go for your stock picks. Right, Simon, what are you choosing this evening?
I'm choosing a BHP Group. They came out with numbers yesterday. We know the copper story. They're doing great in copper. The demand is absolutely there. They perhaps haven't got as much as they would like. We know they tried to buy Anglo American a couple of years ago for the copper exposure. The iron ore is always something I keep a very close eye on, but iron ore is doing great. They are the low-cost producer in the world. They get tons of it out of the ground. They're really doing very well in that. And they're really good capital allocators. I mean, they have, over the last 20 years, including dividends, done probably around 13 or 14% annual growth, which for a cyclical operator is an amazing set of numbers. So, they did the streaming silver deal where they get 4.3 billion upfront and then manage to sell the rest. They're just really, really good operators. And if we're talking around commodities being a space to be, it's definitely the unsexy part of it, but I think well worth a good hard look.
Yeah, nice story coming out yesterday, as you said. Right, Alex, what is your stock pick?
Yeah, so we said earlier in the discussion, we had a discussion about gold, and I think we came to the conclusion you probably need to have some form of exposure, even though we're going gung-ho in a moment. But I looked at Pan African results today. I thought it was operationally quite disappointing when it came to the input cost perspective and so forth. But I think guidance looks for me a lot better. Good guidance on the production, probably going to see better margins going forward. And if you look at the average gold price received, it's reaching about 3,400. So if gold prices remain where it is, then it need to go much up higher. This spot prices prevail, then Pan African is going to still generate a very, very strong set of results going forward. So we think in the moment, if you want to have some form of gold exposure within the shares, Pan is one of our preferences there. But I want to caution, obviously, we don't know when it's going to pivot and so forth, so it depends on your view on gold.
You see, that's the whole thing when it comes to them. Is it like a wait and see scenario, Alex, where at some point, you just got to go, sell. I just need to get out now.
Yeah, that's difficult. I mean, when I joined the market 18 years ago, gold at that stage was seen as rubbish, right? You didn't buy it. But because of all the tailwinds we've had since then, and it's such a big component of the benchmark now, you almost force buyers of it to some extent. And I think today's results, and also DLD's results, it's a reminder these companies are low quality. They don't pay big dividends, got a lot of capex, management teams are overpaid and not really deliver, but they're being bailed out by the gold price and outside forces. So we don't know what's going to happen to those outside forces, meaning the gold price and Trump, etc. So it makes it a very, very difficult situation. I think there will come a point in time where we have to say enough is enough. I'm going to recycle that money and buy what we think is more traditional investments that makes more sense over medium to long term. And SA Inc. does have quite a few of those at the moment.
Yeah, that's a very, very, very good point. Gentlemen, thanks to both of you, to Simon, to Alex. Good to have you with us on Stockwatch. And that's all for Stockwatch today. Thanks to our guest, Simon Brown from Just One Lap, and also to Alex Duys from Umthombo Wealth. Up next, The Close.